What's going on, guys? This is Ryan with RK Outpost, and today we got maybe a little bit of news about Obi-Wan Kenobi Disney Plus series. And for all the issues that people have and all the we'll call it mixed reactions, because there are some people that do enjoy the sequel trilogy. There are also a lot of people that have big issues with Disney Star Wars sequel trilogy. However, with The Mandalorian, I do think that there's more positivity towards that. I think it's a good show. I think Mandalorian is good. I don't think it's great, but even I can sit there and say this is definitely the best of Disney Star Wars. And with Deborah Chow, with her episodes probably being my favorite as far as the strongest in The Mandalorian, there's a lot of hope for people going into this Obi-Wan Kenobi series. Again, Obi-Wan Kenobi is a lot of people's favorite character who shows up in 1 through 6 of, actual Star Wars, George Lucas's Star Wars. So he's a person that people have a lot of love and nostalgia for. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do with him. However, we do have a little hint here. Obi-Wan Kenobi Disney Plus series reportedly casting a young Luke Skywalker. Now, obviously for this series, it was, we knew that it was going to take place sometime between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope. And it's obviously going to take place primarily on Tatooine. I think it's pretty safe to assume. So Luke Skywalker was a guess. I'm like, well, you have to see Luke Skywalker at some point, even if it's just a small little thing like Obi-Wan's overlooking like Mos Eisley when they run into town or something to get supplies, and like a 5-year-old Luke Skywalker, something like that. But here's the information that we do have. When the Obi-Wan Kenobi series hits Disney Plus, whenever that may be, it will reportedly feature another familiar face in addition to Ewan McGregor's titular character. According to fan scooper at Daniel RPK, who is just a dude who is like an insider and gets hints on things that are happening and shares them with his Patreon and his YouTube. The series is currently casting for a young Luke Skywalker, cementing the show's timeline sometime immediately before events of Star Wars A New Hope. The Ace Scooper shared the news on his Patreon page, revealing a new casting grid being distributed, sent to agents, has unveiled the news. Despite never officially being announced as a movie by Lucasfilm, it was thought the series was officially intended as a standalone film directed by Stephen Daldry. According to Kenobi writer Hossein Amini, the property works much better as a series because of the complexities following the character on Tatooine. And we do not, it was rumored to be a movie for so long, much in the same way that the Boba Fett movie was rumored for so long. And when you look at The Mandalorian, it sure seems, based on the storyline we have, the good storyline portion, and then the parts that really don't make any sense are really just straight filler in a short series, it does kind of seem like that was also a repurposed movie when you think about it. But with the Obi-Wan series, we know that it was supposed to be a movie because we have the man himself told us. Now, this article was back from October. Kenobi series was originally going to be a movie. It's a project that was purportedly kept secret for at least 4 years, according to Ewan McGregor. In an interview, the actor revealed Obi-Wan's upcoming venture was originally conceived as a standalone film, presumably one in the same vein as the anthology film Solo, a Star Wars story. And who knows how many Star Wars stories they were originally going to do until the failure of Solo. Hashtag Solo lost money. It could have been a lot of them. But with as poorly as it was received, I think that really put the brakes on and made them rethink and retool towards Disney Plus. It wasn't always going to be a series, not initially, McGregor said. This seems to confirm what rumors once postulated. Disney had planned for an Obi-Wan film, but shelved it after poor performance of Solo. When we first started talking about it, that wasn't really in the cards, but everything has changed so much so quickly, McGregor said. It's really exciting that it is now. The actor was clearly very excited to be reprising the role for more than just a single film. I'm really into the idea to be able to tell the story over several hours instead of just one hit. I think it's going to be quite cool. And we do have here information that we initially got. The Disney Plus series will consist of 6 episodes, each running for approximately 1 hour each, which would be, if that was true, it would actually be longer than The Mandalorian, ironically. Because The Mandalorian episodes, some of them were just so short. But back to the article here. Hossein Amini goes on to describe, kind of what's going on. Just a couple quotes here. The situation's so complex, both for him personally and in a way the state of the galaxy, talking about Kenobi. You sort of need time to explore it, and to be honest, there are loads of other stories within that period as well. So much going on between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope that hasn't been explored. Well, at least not in Disney Star Wars canon. That is true. But just to talk a little bit about this, about young Luke Skywalker appearing, I did think that that was going to happen. I actually think there's a potential that you could have a series of, not time jumps, but I think this story could be told over years on Tatooine. And I actually think that makes sense. Because I don't think you're going to get... I don't think Ewan McGregor's down to do like 3 seasons of this, probably. I would guess this is probably going to be like a one-off thing. He's going to make this season. So they might be telling the story of Obi-Wan on Tatooine. So several stories encapsulated in this one season. That's kind of just a thought I had. Nothing definitive, nothing like that. I don't have an age for you of the Luke Skywalker they're looking for or anything, but it is clear that Luke Skywalker will appear in the Kenobi series. Now, what I think they're going to use for inspiration, I should have got this out before I started this, is right here. Now, for as excited as everybody is about this Kenobi series, once again, like me, I feel like sometimes I'm the raining on the parade guy. I have a Kenobi story. It's right here. Star Wars Kenobi by John Jackson Miller. And it is a great, great book. And it's funny because basically what this is, it is a small stage book. Takes place obviously on Tatooine. It's Obi-Wan dealing with the fallout from Revenge of the Sith, having to look over Luke, keep him safe, but also having to deal with failing as, the Jedi Order failing, and his failures as a master to Anakin. Him trying to talk to Qui-Gon about it, him trying to deal with watching over Luke. And in all this happens, there's people that also need his help, but he kind of can't be a Jedi anymore because he has other responsibilities. He can't draw attention to himself. He can't draw attention to Luke. So it's him dealing with that. And it's a kind of a Western. That's very, very much how I would define this book, is a Western. And it centers around a small little town basically out in the middle of nowhere, and them having to deal with internal struggles in the town and also with outside influences, whether that be from crime lords, whether that be from the Tusken Raiders. And Obi-Wan kind of gets drawn into everything as much as he tries not to. And it's not like talking the fate of the galaxy or anything. It's just talking about the fate of a couple like settlers and a couple moisture farmers basically out there. So it's a very interesting book, very much centered around Obi-Wan and his story and him dealing with the fallout. That is what I think they're going to draw inspiration for this show. Will they do it well? I don't know. I like Deborah Chow. I think that it could be good. Like, I thought Mandalorian was good, not great. You do have to wonder what they'll do with Luke Skywalker, if it'll just be a cameo appearance or if he'll play a big role in this series. I think that they should shy away from it. Just a little cameo I think would be fine. Whet people's appetite a little bit for that nostalgia, but really they should focus this thing on Obi-Wan, in my opinion. Not deal with, Luke Skywalker, you know him, right? Especially after everything they did to destroy the legacy of Luke Skywalker. It really pissed me off if they used him as a crutch for the nostalgia for this show. But I want to know what you guys think. Are you excited for this? Does the fact that Luke Skywalker could be appearing in Kenobi, even if it's as a toddler, maybe as a teenager, who knows? Does that excite you? Does that turn you off? Do you not care? It's not going to be out for a while on Disney Plus. I probably won't have my free trial of Disney Plus at that point anymore, so I most likely won't be watching. But I want to know what you guys think. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below if you're excited about this Kenobi series, about Deborah Chow, about Luke Skywalker being in it. And if you're looking for something that I know is a good story that you don't have to wait for, check out this book from the Expanded Universe, Kenobi. Pretty easy to find. John Jackson Miller. Great book. But make sure you guys subscribe, smash the like button, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching, everyone. And a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.